Shawn, actually, we both have a question for you. How old were you when you turned pro, and how old were you when you went to first Olympia, and are you still the youngest guy to compete in the Mr. Olympia?
The first one, how old was I? I turned pro 1 month after my 22nd birthday in October. My birthday September 9th. So I was actually 22 years old. A lot of people think I was 21, but I was actually 22, the youngest national overall winner. So Rich Gaspari was 20 when he won his pro card. Shane Demora was also 20, but they only won their class. I was the youngest to win the overall national title. And at that time, it was a big deal because the only other guy that did that was Lee Haney. He was 22 years old in 8 months. I was 22 in 1 month, so I beat Lee Haney in that regard. And then my first Mr. Olympia, I was actually 23. It was the day after my 23rd birthday and the night after my grandmother died. My grandmother died on my birthday, September 9th, and I was competing September 10th in Los Angeles at the Mr. Olympia, so it was a little bittersweet doing that, but the age thing never even factored into the economy. I think certain people are predisposed genetically to get places faster. I knew at 17 I wanted to be in the Mr. Olympia. Some people recognize that at 25 or 26 or even 30, they get a later start, but my entire investment at 17 years old was to become Mr. Olympia, and I had the good fortune of living in California, going to Gold's Gym, and I could see Robbie Robinson, I could see Chris Dickerson and Mike Christian, and it became very real to me. So every time I went home to train, I just did what they were doing. And age was something I never even thought about. But yeah, there's a guy right now, 21 years old, he won the North America Championships this past year, Dallas McCarver. He's the youngest guy. He was actually 20 years old. Yes.
Thanks, Shawn. Yeah, this is to Kevin. Shoulders is one of my favourite body parts working out. Obviously, you're usually known for having massive shoulders. So what's the chances you can show us your favourite exercise?
Yeah, I'm going to pull you down. You can come on and I'll show you what's up.
Give him a round of applause.
Shoulder, what's your name? What's up, Steve? People always ask me what do I do for my shoulders. A lot of it's probably genetics. But there's always one exercise that you can do per body part that's probably going to hit all of those muscles, which for legs it will probably be squats. For back it would probably be deadlifts. And for shoulders, people always say this is a dangerous exercise to do, but I believe it's behind the neck press, because when your hands are in this position back here, you're hitting all three heads of the shoulder. I would always start off my exercise, my shoulder exercises, with behind the neck press. The reason why day one training for me would be chest, shoulders, and triceps. People always say, well, how can you train three different muscle groups in the same day? For me, if I do, you're using your shoulders when you do flat bench, and then you're also using your triceps, so the blood is already in that area. So for me, I think you're less prone to injury. So if I do 8 sets, 4 sets on a flat bench, and then I go incline, 4 sets, and then I do 4 sets of flies. That's 16 sets normally for chest.
The show is now closed.
The blood is already in that shoulder, so I'm going to go ahead and finish knocking that shoulder out, because the blood's there, and let's utilize it. So I'm going to show you how I do this. If you sit down here, guys, can you turn this bench around for us? So what I would do is, actually I would start off, and I would always do my shoulders in a Smith machine. The reason why is because it controls, it's balanced out, and you're less prone to injury because it's balanced down at the same place every single time. Let's see, hold this. Okay, go ahead and have a seat. So what I would do, so imagine this is a Smith machine. You're really inside of the rack. Smith machines, these things are actually balanced out perfectly. So the only thing you have to worry about is where you have the seat. For me, I would probably have this seat, hop up for a second. I would have this seat up, hold the seat up further. No, not this part, but yeah. Okay, a little more. All right, now go ahead and have a seat. So I would have it to where this bar is already set, it's already balanced. You're less prone to injury like this than somebody handing you this Olympic bar off freely, okay? Because you're inside of this rack, it's balanced, so go ahead. I would have my hands like shoulder width, grips apart. We're inside of the machine, okay? Go up. All right, so imagine this like a machine, all right? You're gonna come down, it's gonna guide you exactly where you need to be. And what I would do is I would actually come all the way down until it would touch almost my trap area, as low as possible. Then I would push the weight up, okay? And I would do 4 sets, 6 to 8 like this. I would start off with 225, work my way up. My second set would be 315, then I would go to 350, then my last set would be 405. And that would
How much
be
is
it.
405 in kilos?
That's about 100
just to let you know.
kilos, I think.
So I would do 4 sets for shoulders, and for behind the neck press. Then I would move on to side lateral raises and then all the other shaping exercises. But for shoulders, I train them heavy and 4 sets. And I would also train them twice a week.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely, because it's probably one exercise I normally try and avoid, so perhaps that's something I'll bring back in to get ready for next season.
So my advice would be do shoulders after you train chest because the blood is already in that area, and do it on a Smith machine. Okay?
All right. Thanks for the great question. Hey guys, thanks for coming out. It's closing time here. I want to thank Dorian Yates, number one. He's a very inspirational guy. He's got the DY Nutrition booth right outside the door there, and of course, Kevin, the Maryland Muscle Machine.